make you believe it. Somebody has to work with you so that you actually believe it. That's why you should be talking to somebody, because everybody has unique gifts and is special. You just haven't found yours yet. And you're young enough to find yours yet. I'm not talking to somebody, you know, who's been through a lifetime. You're just starting a lifetime. That's why. You get it?
Yes, I do.
Go home. Find yourself somebody great to talk to.
Okay.
You disappointed me. You disappointed me by not doing what you two people actually should have done to ensure her safety that night. How old are you?
25.
You're a little older. You have a child, boy or a girl?
A little boy.
I wouldn't let his uncle around him for all the money in the world.
I don't.
Great.
Your
Goodbye.
Honor, he was there the other night, kissing on the baby, hugging on the baby, because he called me. He said, I saw my nephew for the first time again. I'm so happy. He's so cute, because I love
The only reason that he saw him was to sign the papers to come here.
You still let him near you, kissed him, hugged him? What do you mean?
Listen to me. Stay away from each other.
Trust me.
Stay away from Joe. This is a man who's not going to make you happy. Why are you wasting your time with him? You know, this is a court. I can do very little. I can dismiss your claim, and I can dismiss your claim for not reporting the incident, which is your counterclaim, and for your cell phone, which I don't care about. All I can tell you is, don't have anything to do with each other's families anymore. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I have advice for her. She needs to leave her junkie boyfriend. He snorts dope.
It's the relationship.
And he cheats on her every weekend.
Unhealthy. Very unhealthy.
She needs to worry about her own relationship and not mine.
Mr. Bria, it is your claim that the defendant owes you some money for work that you did for him.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant says that you don't get paid until he gets paid from his client, and that he is counterclaiming because he says that you've been slandering his good name all over town. So let me ask you a few questions. Mr. Scoria, you are a photographer.
Correct.
And you hired the plaintiff, someone who you knew as a friend and also through business,
Right.
to do some work in preparing a calendar for a client.
That's correct.
And there is no issue that he performed the work.
That's correct.
Okay. How much was the total bill that you were to be paid by the client?
It's roughly $17,000.
I want you to give me the name of this client.
The company is Primal Glassworks.
Now, before you started the job with Primal Glassworks, how much of a deposit did you take from them?
About half.
So you got paid half.
Correct. That was for paying for production. Okay.
You got paid half.
I have about $14,000 worth of checks that he's been paid by the client.
I'd like to see them. I assume you've been in touch with the Primal Glassworks
Yeah,
people.
he was actually supposed to be here, but due to some stuff happening.
Whatever, but these are the checks,
You got it.
and they're made out to you.
Can I see those myself?
Show them to the defendant.
This was not for the for this job. This was for a job I was doing for this client, but a separate project. This is not for the project that he is suing me for. This $3,000 check.
Give it back to me. No, just that one.
Okay.
Look over the rest, sir.
Yes, these are correct.
You were paid $14,335.
Minus
Not
that
half.
$3,000.
I already subtracted
okay.
it. And without late fees, Mr. Bria, what were you owed?
I believe the total was $38.60.
All right, Mr. Scorio.
Yep.
You got paid practically your whole bill. Why didn't he get paid?
Well,
anything.
Okay, I'm happy to tell you. All the money the client paid me started earlier before the production. All that was going into the production of the photo shoot. That was not for profit or for paying crew. That was for...
Baloney.
No, that's how it works.
Baloney.
It's paying for materials.
Baloney. First of all, you told me that he paid you half of $17,000. But he didn't pay you half. He paid you practically the whole bill. That includes profit. So you paid production. Now, what production did you pay out of the $14,500 that you got paid from this client?
Paid for about $6,000 loan of camera gear.
So what else?
About $2,000 for lights.
$2,000 for lights.
Right, in addition to all the props, the materials that we had to have Jay use to build for the sets.
Listen, you're not impressing me, sir. You owe him his money. And if you didn't, you owe him his money, and if you didn't pay him his money...
I'm not disagreeing that I owe him the money.
You're going to pay him now because you got paid most of what you were supposed to get paid from the client.
For pre-production, not for the shoot.
Listen, some other idiot may buy your argument, sir, but not when you stand there and tell me that you were paid for half because that covered your costs. The other half was profit plus a little bit for him, right? And as it turns out, you were paid 80% of the entire bill. And so what you're telling me is that the other 20% that you were supposed to get paid was supposed to go to Mr. Bria, leaving you with zero profit.
Exactly.
They're leaving you with zero profit.
Correct.
Well, I want to tell you something, sir. You're an idiot. Unless you think I'm an idiot. Unless you think I'm an idiot.
I don't think you're an idiot, but I don't think you understand the entire picture here.
I understand the entire picture, sir. You had a good client who you evidently did a lot of other work for because this other $3,000 check was around the same time. So you had done work for them previously, right?
Yes.
This wasn't the only $3,000 check that you got for previous work?
That's the only check I got for that previous job.
Other than this $3,000 check, is this the only other work that you did for them before?
Correct.
Okay, and you got paid in full?
No, that is for half of that job. That job never even started.
So this is for half of this job. I got it. Now I got it. You always know you keep them talking, you're going to get to it? So they paid you half for a job that was never done.
Correct.
Nah. So they wrote it off on this job. So they said, we gave you $3,000, you did nothing. So the other job is $17,000. Hey, the other job is $17,000. We're going to pay you $14,000 plus the $3,000. Now you've been paid in full. And we don't feel like idiots because we paid you $3,000 for something that you didn't do.
That was for pre-production. We did pre-production shots.
Would you give this back to the plaintiff, please?
Your Honor,
you owe him $3,860, sir. That's without any late fees, and your counterclaim for slander is dismissed. If he says that you were trying to cheat him in the community, he was right. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I had friends ask me what the situation was between he and I.
Screen captures from Twitter that actually says,
and I sent it out and said, hey, you know, this is the story.
That he's going to drag my name through the mud.
This is what happened, and I still haven't got my money yet, so.
Because he hasn't got paid yet.
Here's the thing with Julio is I have nothing against him as a friend.
I think she's a very just and honorable judge.
I just, you know, I don't agree with his business practices.
And I agree with her decision.